Hello everybody. This is Marianne again with another tutorial. This one is going to be about buying versus renting. Before we can put somebody in buying versus renting, however, we have to find out whether or not they're qualified for the property. If you come to this already knowing what your client qualifies for, then you can go right into the buying versus renting. If you don't know, or you don't know the ballpark that they're looking in, let me show you the pre-qual program and then go right from there into the buying versus renting program. This is very valuable because there are a lot of renters who would like to buy now. Prices are great. All you need to do is show them why it makes sense. So we're going to go into pre-qualification. I'm going to do FHA. That's the loan of the day. Say they have a car payment of $350 and a credit card payment of $150. The interest rate that they're going to want to qualify at would be, let's say, 5.25. You would put in whatever today's interest rate is. Sometimes I just make up a sample number. We're going to solve for the price. You can also solve for the income or the ratios. We want to know what price these people can have. Loan to value, leave it 100%. That means maximum loan, minimum down. And for people who are also using the handheld REALPRO and REALPRO Plus programs, you can do exactly the same thing on those REALPROs as we are doing here. So follow along with this example and then go ahead and do it on your REALPRO. Patty was in here the other day and she was telling me about how much she learned just by going through these tutorials. I'm going to go to the borrower's income. We're going to put in $4,800. No co-borrower income. The front ratio is based on 31 and the back on 43. And those are the FHA guidelines. Yes, they can be pushed and they can be changed depending on extenuating circumstances. But for this purpose, we're going to go with the guidelines. So 3143 gives us a sales price of $203,200. We can continue here and see what the answers are. 5.25 is the interest rate. Here's your 3.5% down. Property insurance, property taxes, mortgage insurance. So now we know what these people qualify for. Looking at this, the front ratio was a limiting factor of 30.51 and the back ratio was 40.92. So it maxed out on the front. Their qualifying payment is $1,464. So now we know what they qualify for. I have already printed the pre-qual program, so I'll attach that as a PDF file for you to see what these numbers look like on the pre-qual. But we're going to switch over now to the buying versus renting. So click on Buy Rent, and the sales price comes across with us. Here's our interest rate, 5.25. Term is 30. Here's your 3.5% down. All the same information that we just saw on the pre-qual. But being a buying versus renting program, we have some additional information. It's going to ask if they're married. And in this case, I'm going to say 3 exemptions because they have 1 child. So it's a husband, a wife, and a child. I'm going to go very conservative on the appreciation, let's say 2%. We don't want to go very high on the appreciation. We just want to be able to make a difference. If you put in 5% or 10%, it's going to be too good to be true. So let's say the rent that they're paying right now is $1,200 a month. We see that they will save $176 a month in taxes. And again, you want to steer them to their accountant to be absolutely sure about these numbers. So this is no substitute for an accountant, but this will put them on the right track to begin with. Bringing the cost per month down to $1,288.09. Every month you pay down principal, which goes to your equity. So that's another good reason why we want to buy a house. Followed by the appreciation, that's $338 a month, even at a very conservative 2% appreciation, bringing the effective cost down to $720. The rent they're paying right now is $1,200 a month. Does it make sense to continue renting, or should they buy? And because you gave them this information, why wouldn't they buy from you? The buy-rent difference is $479 a month. So they would be ahead by $479 a month if they bought this house rather than continuing to rent. We can go right from here to the buyer's costs, and you'll have your good faith estimate. We'll say 1 point origination. The appraisal is $400, and the loan fees are $1,400. We've got 30 days of interest, 2 months mortgage insurance in pounds, 6 months taxes, 14 months insurance. Here's your escrow fee. I'm going to change the sub-escrow to $125. There's your title insurance, recording, and I'm going to put $125 for notary. No inspection, miscellaneous $200. So now we see that the above costs are $86.04 plus the down payment of $71.12 means that their cash to close is $15,716. We can also pass any of these costs on to the seller. Let's say the seller agreed to pay the closing costs but not the prepaids. Or the seller agreed to pay all of the closing costs. Or the seller agreed to pay $5,000 of closing costs. You can also do the seller or the lender credit through this program. I'm going to take this back to 0 though. You can also calculate the APR. I'm going to go to print. I can print it in English or in Spanish. I will attach the PDF files to the video. I'll make this smaller so it'll fit. And now you see we have buying versus renting. Here's your sales price, $203,200. Your down payment, your loan, your MIP, all of the details, including the buying versus the information that's specific to buying versus renting. Your cash to close, $15,716.88. So I hope this was informative. If you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to call me. You can see right here, my name is Mary Ann. My phone number is 909-597-4504. You can send me an email, check out the website. But take this into consideration. This is very valuable information right now because the prices are low. You can't beat the interest rates. Let's show the client, rather than just telling them, let's show the client why they should buy and why they should buy with you.